Hello, Nick, Zena, Health, Wellness, and Fitness faculty, as well as the students. My name is Julian Bomarito, and this is my video reflection on the secrets of body language. So I'll be honest, when I first saw the video and saw that it was an hour and a half long, I'll keep it PG-13, I thought, darn, this isn't going to be very fun. But by the end of it, I actually enjoyed the video and I learned a few things, and I'll definitely apply the things that I learned to my future career. So there's four key points in the video that I kind of felt a little connected to that I want to touch on. The first one is norming. The second one is image is everything. The third one is the smallest things can make you come off as a completely different person. And the last one is going with the flow. So what I found interesting about norming is, I'll first start off with the definition based off the video. The definition was doing something normal in a particular situation or doing something normal for a particular person. What I found interesting about that is how they could decipher, how they could read people just by studying them, just by watching them from afar and understanding what they should be doing compared to what they are doing in certain situations. And I mean, you can kind of relate that to a friend, a classmate, somebody you work with, anybody, just to really kind of get through all the the snakes, the lies, all that stuff, and really try understand what they're thinking or what they actually did rather than what they're actually saying. I found it really interesting that anybody can really read anybody and understand more than what meets the eye. So the second point I want to bring up is image is everything. In the video, they used a great example with the Kennedy and Nixon debate. Basically, the debate was one-sided, if you ask me. Kennedy was very assured, very confident. He looked very good. He had makeup on. Nixon was more so hard-headed. He didn't really want any makeup. He didn't seem too assured. He didn't really stand by what he was saying, and he didn't come off as very confident. And obviously, based off that, Kennedy won the television vote by a landslide, they said. But what was very interesting to me, and I don't really quite understand, is how Nixon won the radio vote by a landslide, as they said. Even though you couldn't see either of them, you can still kind of hear it through the sound of somebody's voice if somebody's confident and really believes in what they're saying, and who's somebody who's unconfident and might be a little scripted. And that's kind of how I felt Nixon was. The third point I want to talk about is how the smallest things can make you come off as a completely different person. So the example they used in the video is with the two car salesmen. So the one that was very confident, came off as very confident, actually won the vote based off the two girls that were kind of testing them both out. He kind of came in with the handshake, leaning his head in, coming off as submissive, while the other one was very held back, maybe not smiling, maybe not as friendly as the first car salesman. And it just shows that even though they both might be great people, hey, maybe even the first car salesman might not be such a great person, and the second car salesman might be like the best family man ever. Just little things like sticking your head forward, leaning it back, having a little bit of a smile, just being actually interested in what somebody is saying can make you can basically make your career. It can make you a livelihood, just being friendly. If you're in a career where you're basically talking to people all the time and you make money based off relationships, it makes just a big difference to really follow these little guidelines. So the last point I want to touch on is going with the flow. So the video basically stated that this is, rather than forcing something or stopping something from happening, the natural, confident, and likable thing to do is just to go with the flow. So this really hit home with me because there's a lot of times, whether I'm just talking to a friend of mine or somebody new, a girl I like, in a job interview or anything, where it's going nice, there's a lot of vibes going, the conversation's great, and then something might come up that might be a little out of my element, and instead of saying what I should say, what pops in my mind, or doing what I should do, what pops in my mind to do, I kind of just like hold back, and then all of a sudden everything just kind of unravels and things become a little awkward. So this really hit home with me because I mean, I kind of know this about myself, but hearing things like a video like this and actually like hearing definitions or examples of stuff like this really helps me out become a better person, because it's hard sometimes to like learn how to change even though you know what you have to change about yourself, if that makes any sense. This is the end of my video reflection. I actually enjoyed this assignment a lot because this is kind of the career I want to get into, being on YouTube and obviously having to broadcast myself. Um, this helped me out a lot. It kind of got me a little bit out of my comfort zone. It got me more into the atmosphere I eventually want to get into. And I just want to thank Zena and Nick for putting this assignment together. And have a great day.